Anybody watch the game last night? God, I had to go to bed. I was so pissed off. And it missed by a toe. They missed by, and it was so. I mean, there could have been air between that toe and that line. I just saw that this morning. And what do you think about this, sports guy?
Football is literally a game of inches, and that one may have been centimeters for all we know. It was close.
Yeah.
Very close. Now, what's interesting is they did a rule change years ago, which was initially if a wide receiver was trying to get both feet in and they were pushed out, if their referee said, hey, I can logically conclude that he would have got both feet in if he hadn't been pushed out, I can rule it a catch.
Yeah, really?
Which would have then you could pretty much say, well, he's that close to having the second foot in without being pushed. He's in for a touchdown. They changed the rule a few years ago now where if you're pushed out, you're out. It doesn't matter. If you don't get both feet in, you don't get both feet in. So that actually worked in the Chiefs' favor, that rule change from a few years ago.
Yeah, all right. Well, they had some changes in the rules that kept making penalties apparent for Baltimore. Why? Yeah. I mean, all of a sudden they all get called for these offsides and or whatever it was, illegal
motion,
and that stuff. But it was terrible.
Well, when rule changes on the kickoff, it was weird because it used to be as soon as the ball was kicked off, the other team would sprint down the field. Now the other team has to wait until one of the opposing players touches the ball, and then they can start running at it.
Jeez, that's
from a closer distance.
I guess it's better.
Well, they're trying to cut down on injuries.
Listen, that and they're also trying to save the kickoff.
Right.
You know, so you see some action. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
Yep.
And this is not a waste of time because I see a person right there who we're going to be talking to next. This man is he's 256 years old. Way before football started, by the way. I don't even know if golf started yet, but anyways, he is he's a guy that experienced the beginnings of this country way back in the 1770s. Used to hang out with George Washington and who else? Thomas Jefferson. Ben Franklin in Ye Old Tavern in Virginia, pick up pioneer women. And he usually wears a tinfoil hat just to keep all that knowledge and wisdom inside of him. But now he's out there. He's ready to share it. Please welcome all the way from Rolla, Missouri, now in Iberia, in Missouri, John Jeffrey Bradshaw. There you go. Let me just honor you with this. Whoops, it's up. See, it's our justice system, and it's upside down.
Our justice system is seriously skewed.
Yeah, and in the original, right here.
Oh yeah.
I thought you get a kick out of something like that, don't you? It's like
I do. Dave,
somewhere.
I get a kick out of you. You surprise me just about every Friday.
Well, that's good. I mean, how many years you've been doing this?
I think it's 13 for me, but I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, I think it's about right. I think it's for sure. And always the opening act when the rabbi can't do it and doesn't complain at all when the rabbi has to go first because of the change in times in the Sabbath in Israel. So what's on your mind?
Oh, Dave, this has been such a disastrous week. It's hard to put your finger on something. Let's start with Kamala Harris. Might as well get the disgusting out of the way first. She has a September 10th debate with Donald J. Trump. Yeah. And I know you follow this stuff, Dave. They've been kicking this football back and forth about muting the mics and whether there's going to be an audience and just blah, 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 blah. Well, Donald Trump said early on, I will debate you anytime, anywhere. Right. Really doesn't matter because I'm going to steamroll you in any case. Well, her latest was about muting microphones.
Yeah.
And I got a kick out of that because, that disgusting cackle that she's got when she laughs.
No, her?
Yeah. I've literally have heard chickens that cluck better than that. She wanted to leave the mics open so that she could talk over Donald Trump and give that ridiculous cackle and throw words that mean nothing at him.
I'm talking now.
Yes.
That's what you'd say. I'm talking now. In other
Well, she
words,
finally relented. Her staff has probably told her, "You're on the wrong side of this
well,
thing."
they agreed to this already. They agreed to
Yes,
everything. Now she wants to change it.
that's right.
What a
And
shocker!
you and I both know that she is scared to death of this debate.
Oh,
Even if they give her the questions in advance, which I wouldn't put that past ABC
oh
for a
no, yeah,
moment.
probably. Oh, she's
Uh,
got that.
she doesn't have the mental acuity to
Oh yeah.
even come up with responses knowing the questions to begin with.
Who's gonna funnel the answers? That's what I want to know.
I just wonder, we need to do a close up of her and see if she's got an earbud in there with somebody
Yeah, well,
whispering in her ear. Uh, that was just so ridiculous. Uh, it's like you're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic.
yeah.
Uh, she's going to sink. And this will be a debate that
Well,
I watch. Now, I hate the woman, okay? But I
yeah.
will watch this debate because I'm looking forward to Donald J. Trump just sinking her boat immediately.
Well, you can't
Uh,
just, you can't always just read the report. You got to look at the movements,
yeah,
the face, how they react to certain things, and
absolutely.
that's all part of it.
It is, Dave, and I know you watch this stuff, and so much of it disgusts me that I read the transcripts instead. I can
Yeah,
read the transcripts a damn sight faster
sure.
than the debate would be. And Joe Biden, in particular, his voice makes me cringe, so I don't watch him. Thankfully, he's not on TV anymore. I guess they've got him hidden in the basement, eating oatmeal and sucking on a pacifier. Um, Harris's policies, they've been pretty sketchy. They've been mighty slow to release any of it because they
Yeah.
are so radical. Nobody's going to want them. Well, her price controls policy, supposedly to keep folks from gouging at a corporate level, gouging on groceries, for instance. That thing had a short fuse and it blew up in her face in the worst sort
Yeah.
of way. They did a little bit of polling and found out that nobody wants this. What
Right.
everybody wants is not price controls. They want an economy that's back on level ground again. They want inflation to go down. All of this will occur naturally under Donald J. Trump, no question about it. It'll take a
She's
while. Okay.
She doesn't know what she's talking about, and it's so obvious to anybody that knows anything about history, economies, and things like that. All
Yeah.
right, and she's ignorant.
Yes,
She's
she is.
telling you things that will destroy the stock market. They'll destroy uh, people in business, small businesses,
Yeah.
people who buy houses. They're suddenly going to have to pay for a house that's going to go up because she gives them $25,000, and then they'll have to pay for the value of the house as it grows. They'll have
Yes.
to pay for taxes. That's crazy.
Yeah. Unrealized capital gains was the most
Yeah,
insane thing I have heard in a good long while. And those of us, you've got a brand new house, I've got an older house, but they are
yeah,
valuable. And me having to come up with the money to pay taxes on the increase of the value of that house,
that's killer.
maybe I can come up with it, but it certainly wouldn't be something I'd want to have
But
to
to
do.
the average person in this country, even not so average, it's a killer. It'll
Yeah.
just put you into bankruptcy.
Well, and it'll kill the real estate market on top
The
of
real
that.
estate market and kill the whole country in terms of the leverage that our enemies will have against us. That is rising definitely and has risen under the Biden Harris administration.
That is absolutely that is on target, Dave.
Thank you.
Now we've got a debate between Waltz and Vance coming up October the 1st on CBS. That's another one I'm going to watch because I got a feeling that Vance is going to steamroll Waltz if the questions are pointed and relevant. Now, the networks come up with the questions, okay? And CBS is not known to be a right-wing organization. So a lot of these are going to be softball questions that don't really have any merit. But truthfully, in my opinion, humble though it is, if you turn J.D. Vance loose on Waltz, Waltz is going to look like a spanked school child.
Well, he might need a tampon. I mean,
You think?
he'll just say, you know what, I don't feel so good right now. I need something.
Perhaps we should run off to the men's room and see if we can find
Yeah,
one.
exactly.